r/AskReddit, what's the weirdest thing you've overheard while pretending to be asleep? So sweet. Already defending her daddy. I am very gassy in my sleep, so I overheard my wife talking to our cat. Sometimes he toots really loud before a poop comes out. To which our cat meowed back. And GT, to which our cat meowed back. This is hilarious. I just laughed so loudly that I not only farted, but also scared all three of my cats. I love this LOL. I suspect the cat is aware. /J. My sister climbing up onto the back of my bedpost. I pretended to be asleep as the bed shook because I was curious what she was doing. Then, I heard, ya 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 ya, as she jumped off the foot of my bed and landed directly on top of me. Knocked the wind out of me. Sounds like your sister took note of when, in 1998, The Undertaker threw mankind off hell in a cell, and plummeted 16 feet through an announcer's table. I heard a teenager's whole life story, including every stint in juvie while pretending to be asleep on a train from Carbondale to Chicago. I thought falling asleep would get him to stop talking to me. It did not. Hopefully getting it out helped him figure some things out. Best friend / roommate coming to check and see if I was still in the room. I was, just under the blanket. Then when he thinks the coast's clear, he proceeds to talk about wanting to beat my ass and a bunch of other random shit about me. I was sleepy one day in the car back home, when I heard my parents talking about their intimate life. Thing I never wanted to know. Yet you continue to pretend to be asleep. My friend's having sex next to me. Hey, at least it wasn't your sister. I wasn't so fortunate. Happened to me. I was 16, and we were all sleeping in the same bed, my friend's mom's bed. However, I wasn't pretending, I was actually asleep and woke up to it. Been there. Except it was my roommate in college. I laid there for about an hour before he finally woke up. I think it happened twice. Kiss her. She's asleep and won't know. My blood froze, but luckily he didn't do it. I am a dude and was suggested to do this to a female friend by 2 other female friends. I obviously said that's not cool, and no. Went home shortly after. WTF. My daughter explained to her brother I have to sleep all the time because boys are like dogs. We just sleep, use the bathroom, and eat all the time. I guess that is fair. But she also said that she didn't need to sleep unless she wanted to go to sleep. Which was straight up bullshit because she's been falling asleep around the house for a decade plus at this point. Hey, do you think he'll notice if I take his last piece of bologna? Then me yawning, pretending to wake up. 2 minutes later, go get me a bologna sandwich. I assume he's neither your friend or roommate anymore. I admire your dedication to bologna. Even though I know it's pronounced bologna, I can never not read it as bologna. I wouldn't even pretend. I'd just sit bolt right up like Night of the Living Dead and walk over and eat the last piece of bologna while looking the dude in the eyes. My partner dirty talking another guy on the phone. How did it end? My, then, BF of 4 months took a call from his GF who'd been in jail for 6 months. She was worried she wasn't getting out before the baby came. We had 3 people to a dorm room that could have slept 6. We had frequent guests over of the opposite sex. I've got a bad headache and really just want to sleep until this one girl comes over to my rack and starts the nastiest dirty talk I've ever heard. I opened my eyes and said WTF, and everyone else in the room was laughing their asses off. Should have picked a duplex instead. I was on tour once with my band somewhere between GA and TN, and we decided to crash in the van at a rest stop. Windows cracked open, hot muggy summer day, and it was dead quiet. Next morning, just laying there not sleeping, and we all erupt in laughter at the most disgruntled man shouting to his wife, "Damn it Cheryl, he shit himself again." You have a song titled Damn it Cheryl. Now right? Why do you think he wanted to beat you up? My friends talking about how annoying I was and that if I didn't have my own place to invite their friends for a party, they'd never come over. I fell into a deep depression and cut contact. I was 18, all of those people are now total losers in life. Good riddance, F them. You're much better off. I hate fakes like that. Roommate's first girl he brought home, are you sure subtle Reddit icon is asleep? Roommate, yeah. Trust me, I'm HIV positive he's asleep. Girl, whole ha way what? Me, what? He was a real low IQ country boy who loved South Park so much he would say lines from the show that no one knew and think he was the funniest person. Killer, hiding in the closet, what? Sounds like a, very, poorly timed but fucking funny joke to me. But yeah, that ruins the mood for sure XD, holy crap. OMG. LOL. People talking about how easy it would be to take advantage of me, but ultimately deciding not to be. They cared about me and respected me. At my head up. Isn't this the scene in This Is the End when all the guys tell Emma Watson that even the world is ending, they aren't going to rape her and she's safe? My hub's telling our granddaughter how we met and how much he loved me. When she asked why he loved me, he said because I loved him more than anyone else. She said, no sir papa, I love you more than anyone else. I heard him crying and she started crying. That was a week before he went on to wait for our days so we could be together. My cousin fucking the shit out of our cousin. Later on in life I found out we weren't really related, our moms were just friends for a long time. Still weirds me out though. Merry Christmas everyone. Enjoy your loved ones if you are with them. Merry Christmas. But could you explain that last sentence? I don't understand. Went on to wait for our days. My ex-wife, wife at the time, hovering over my bed, knife in hand, mumbling to herself about using it. Oh sorry, you said weird. That was actually right in line with her normal behavior. Is my ex-wife your ex-wife too? My nephew had been recording with an auto voice record camera. Forgot to shut it off and fell asleep. It recorded his girlfriend telling a friend, she just used him to get pregnant. Wow, I am so sorry for your nephew. Please tell me they aren't together anymore. A fart so powerful I thought my friend levitated. No gas mask would suffice. LOL. My friend did the same with destructive decibels and velocity. I was in the room next to her. It would have been unremarkable except she said good girl to herself afterwards. My mom admitting to cheating on my dad. My older sister's friends talking about taking turns on me instead of going to a party they had been invited to. And them confirming with each other that SA isn't SA if it's done to a guy. So all's well that ends well then. It is in case it wasn't clear to anyone here. They were talking about me how I look like the devil when I sleep. Are we talking horns devil or sexy fallen angel Lucifer? At a sleepover where I only knew one girl, my best friend, the other 7 girls were talking about how big my butt was and cracking up. I can tell this is an old story. Because in the 90s that was the biggest insult. Now that's the biggest compliment. That my stepsister wasn't actually the daughter of my stepdad. I was like 13 years old, and I wound up telling my mom I heard her in the car. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, I truly was trying to sleep, but then I heard that and just continued on pretending to be asleep. I don't know if she ever found out. My brother and I used to share a room. He once brought a girl in the middle of the night and she asked him, "Wait, is that your brother? We're gonna wake him." "Yeah, don't worry, he likes to watch." So I got up and said, "I what? No, I don't, you sick FCK, get the hell out of the room and leave me alone." Then my parents woke up and kicked her out. Boy, that didn't go as planned. My dad complaining to my mom about how disappointing I was. There was literally nothing wrong with me, nice person, graduated high school, was in college, no criminal record, no addiction issues, etc. It all pretty much boiled down to how irritated he was that I wasn't a more attractive woman. Wasn't something I overheard, but I felt my little brother placing his stuffed bunny on my face when he left to go to the bathroom. Should have told him he can blame himself and his shitty genetics. This is kind of a reversal, but when I was dating, my partner was overhearing me sleep talking. Apparently I started out this story as the oatmeal man is lumpy. They were like, go on. I have no idea what was going on in my brain, but I told an epic tale. A little tiny oatmeal man lived in a village and had to protect a castle. I don't know. My wife told me once. I laughed in my sleep and exclaimed, "Lemon Blumpkins." She won't let me live it down. Was this a keep him safe gesture? My daughter explaining to our cat and non-existent dogs that they have to all be super quiet because daddy's very tired, and if they made a noise she'd lock them in her dungeon with the mean boys.